Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of our new Prison Architect series. Now, if you didn't see my last video, in the last video we talked about basically how I've been gone for a while, a lot has changed, and there is going to be a new series starting on the channel I'm very excited for, which is Prison Architect. I love this game to death. This game you can basically, well, build your own prison. You can control it, manage it in many different ways. You can have different utilities, different staff that you can hire, different objects you can place. Anything and everything that you want, you can have in this game, and I love it for it. So, this is going to be our episode 0. We're not going to be starting our big main prison this episode, which is sad, but in the next episode we will. In this episode, I want to go through the planning for the prison that I want in the future. Now, as you can see, we have little different squares right here. This is going to all be different cell blocks. And then this in the middle is going to be yards. I'm going to go through my thought process, build out a few more rooms with you, and explain what each section is going to be little by little. And then we'll go from there. And then in the next episode, we will start with a very small prison and grow it out eventually to this. I want all of this to be marked first of what I want it to be in some way, shape, and form. And then from there, we will go and build it in the next episode. So, as you guys can see here, this looks like a very big, complicated mess. And I'll go through explaining what each section is going to be area by area. We're going to take it like top left, top right, and then bottom, and then down here. This is going to be the most complicated area, but we'll get it figured out. So, I'm going to explain these little things in the corners right here after I build this. So, the other ones are 20 by 20, so we're going to have to make this 20 by 20 as well. Another 20 by 20 square up here. You can see we did 20 by 20 over here, and 20 by 20 over here, 20 by 20 over here. All works out. This is 20 by 20. There we go. Fix that. So, all of these little squares up here in this top 30 areas are going to be kitchens. Kitchens for the canteens that are going to be near here in this area as well. So, I don't know exactly where the canteens are going to be. We're going to start up here, and then we can build the canteen area down here because it's 3 of the same area inside the prisoner cells. Except down here, we can fix that. But the canteen, I don't know what to do. Maybe we can do a room just like this. Have this be the canteen. I think it looks ugly though, and it perfectly aligns with this. But just this walkway looks really ugly to me. The cell size that we're going to have is going to be pretty big as well. It is going to be 9 by 9, I believe. I have to double check that. I already designed the prison cell out in a different old, but we're going to have to double check that. So we're going to have pretty big cells for a good reason. But we need to figure out our canteen size and then figure out different rooms first before we figure out cells. Eventually, I do want to do land expansions to cover all up here, but we won't have the money at first, so I want to get a good base starting area done, and then we can extend and add more cell blocks up here, over here, over here, and over here. I already have something planned for over here, but we'll get into that later. So, speaking about canteens and different rooms, so let's say we have this as the canteen, this is the kitchen, we have a little doorway for staff going here and here. We can have different like serving tables all along this wall and all along here, and here we can have serving tables, stuff like that, and then we can have actual tables going along this way, going along this way, stuff like that. I don't know quite yet. It looks not too bad, but it takes up a lot of space, as you can see. So each one of these little sections is going to be different wings of the prison for different security sectors. So up here we're going to have medium security. Up here we're going to have maximum. we're gonna have supermax down here. Might do a little bit of minimum, but minimum doesn't give us much money per day, which is why I want medium and max. And then over here in this area, once we buy it out, we're gonna have our death row completely separate from all this, and it's gonna be its own complete thing. Maybe we'll move the supermax over here later, and then we can just combine the max security all down here and the medium security all over here. That sounds good to me in the future, but for now we're just gonna have it built out like that. So the thing now is we need like common rooms. We're not gonna need a shower room itself because we're gonna have showers inside the cell, and I'll go over that when we get there. But for now we can have stuff like this and build out, not that, build out another wall area here. That'd be 26. This wall area is 30. So we can have this be 30 to be the equal length over here. So 30. And then over here, this is going to be our canteen. Over here, this is going to be our kitchen. Because it is our supermax, it's going to be a lot smaller of an area. But it'll be a high income area. So I'm excited for that. And then we need another 30 area over here. And this will be our canteen for over here, and over here. And then we need different rooms like common rooms. We need different rooms like that. Shops, libraries. Need different rooms like security, laundry, infirmary, cleaning cupboard, kennel, armory. We need a whole bunch of different rooms in this area. So my idea is we're gonna have this area over here. We have the four big rooms right here. We're gonna have these be workshops so that prisoners can produce license plates and superior beds for a prison, and then we'll get our stocks going through the roof. Because each license plate sells for about 100, might be 75 each, and then we get big sacks of those. We get 20 prisoners working in each area. That's a lot of license plates and a lot of superior beds that can come out of here. And then we're gonna have prisoners working in other areas like cleaning cupboards, like laundries, different rooms like that, and libraries and the shop, just earning money. I want their comfortability to be the highest priority. Comfortability over everything. Because the more comfortable the prisoners are, the less dangerous that we have when we get our when we get more prisoners. Okay, now on to the next part of this prison, which is gonna be different rooms for our prisoners to work in, like cleaning cupboards, like laundry rooms, like shops, different stuff like that. Now, to be honest, I've been sitting here for the past 20 minutes looking at this whole plan board and not knowing what to do. I don't know where to put the different rooms at. My first thought is right here in this area, and just cut the wall off like this, and then cut it off here and then here, and then we can have like cleaning cupboard, laundry, and then shop, something like that. That's my first idea. It's not a terrible idea. The only negative part is that I would be losing space for prisoners. I don't really like that idea a whole lot, so I'm thinking about just holding off on it. My second idea is to just make this the yard smaller for our supermax area, and then move and put different shops here and split this down the middle, and then this again, and then put different rooms here. That's my other idea, except I don't like it because I want this to be more of a yard, so I got rid of that, and now I don't know what to do. So in this middle area, there is going to be a guard tower that can look over all the yards and anyone that walks through, because it's going to be a major walking area. There's gonna be a lot of security, a lot of patrols in every single sector of the prison. I want to make sure it all works out though. So these are gonna be big yards on purpose, and then these are gonna be like entrances into the cell block area. I need to make more for over here, and then down here we already have the entrances done. I love the way it looks with the double layer walls, but it needs to, something needs to change about it for it to work. I don't know what exactly that is, because we do need these rooms, we do need the laundry room, we do need the library, we do need the chapel, we do need the shop, we need all of that. But where we're gonna put it is the big question. So I'm gonna keep thinking about this, and then we will come back when I have an idea. I'm gonna probably make some different changes, maybe make the canteen smaller and the kitchen smaller, maybe make this overall smaller, because these rooms are 14 tall. Maybe we can make them 12 instead, save a little bit of room. Don't know for sure, but I'm gonna think about it, and then we'll come back when my brain decides to work and I have all of this all figured out. Alright, we are back after a long while, and a lot of changes has been made to our prison. As you can see, we got some rooms already laid out. We got the yards in the middle done. We got workshops. We got all these imports, exports, deliveries, garbage, all done. And we're still missing a little bit. We got kitchen, canteen mapped out. But I've made a lot of changes since our last cut. So first thing I did was made the yard smaller. It is now a 30 by 30 area instead of 50 by 50. Saves up a lot of space. We also move this around, so now we have all this on the edge, imports, exports, garbage, just for easy access on the main road. We also now have little spots for guard towers up along the edge down here. We also had this pathway extending all the way down to the bottom. Didn't really need it. I was planning on maybe having an entrance to the prison block itself down here at the bottom, but then I realized it would have been useless and a long walk, so I decided to scrap the idea, just cut it off here on these two sides, make it look really nice, and it gives us more room for cells inside the cell block itself. You can see we now have an entrance here and here, make it look nice. We have an entrance into this. This is going to be our supermax and protective custody area over here. This is going to be medium, and the maximum, and then we're going to have death row over here in this area once we buy that. I wanted to get all this built out first. You can see I want to get this. We can extend the medium up here this way, extend the medium over here as well. So medium, maximum, and then super max and protective. Lots of moolah coming in that way. I don't know how many cells we can hold or the size of cells that we're gonna have. My next problem now though is little tiny rooms like visitation. We need library, we need cleaning cupboard, we need a common room that's really huge. We need big rooms like that. I was thinking about having this size for our common room. This is 20 by 18 on this side. I'm gonna do 20 by 18 over here. You can see 20 by 18. Another 20 by 18 here, and then a 16 by 16 here, because this is gonna have a lot less prisoners, so we're gonna have a smaller area for everything, canteen, kitchen, all that. I believe that the canteen and kitchen size for these areas should be big enough to hold everything that we need. You can see we already kind of got it laid out here, but my next idea would be to just extend this wall here, add a bunch of rooms here, like common room, shop, library, all that up here. That'd be very little space, and that would take up a lot of our cell space, but I think it would be worth it. That's my next problem that I'm having. I will get that all figured out. Though we worked on this on stream for about an hour and a half and then switched to our stream prison. I'm very happy with this. Is how this is turning out though. There might be one more cut in this video, or I might just end it off here. I'm gonna work on this for a little bit more and then come back and see what progress we've made. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump cut again to where there's even more progress and even more planning has been done. Alright, and after a couple days of working on this, we are back with another progress update and the final progress update. Show you what progress we've made. You can see a lot has happened, and we're going to go over the final changes and decisions I've made to make this prison look and run hopefully amazingly when we actually build it in game. So as you can see, a lot has happened. I decided to section this whole area off, so let's go section by section. So there used to be a wall here running between separating these two. I decided to get rid of the wall because this is going to be both medium security and medium security. We can just have it all in one big area, and then this will be the maximum security, and then this will be super max and protective custody over here. So as you can see, we decided to split this again. So this whole area down here is going to be all cells, all on this side, and all on this side is just going to be cells. Now, the rooms up here are going to be extra rooms that we need, like a visitation room. We're going to need a chapel,